Hi, this is DEDMan. If you're watching this video, I assume you're old enough to see gore, violence, swearing, and general adult content. If you aren't old enough, come back with some ID. Or a fake one.
Had better be fucking good.
And allow me to introduce you to the deadliest of the lot. She's not old, she's experienced.
Only took 12,000 years to build it up, and one night to tear it all down.
One of the first things you hear in the game is a nice setup for what's to come.
Ever consider leaving these security threats to the authorities?
That's rich, Bagley. The government would sooner arrest us for trying to help than actually do something useful.
Accurate.
That hurt you more than it hurt me.
Do us a favor and keep it quiet, Dalton.
If they don't shoot me, I won't shoot them. How's that?
That's fair rules of engagement.
They've got loads of DedSec gear down here. And why do you suppose that is?
What? How did they get their hands on it?
You don't know.
Really? Really?
Really?
Really?
Really? Really? Really?
Who are these men in black anyway?
Nothing identifying. I suspect that's by design.
Tommy Lee Jones and Will Smith? Also, Bagley is a win. Bagley will get all the wins.
And the bombs have just armed themselves. Well, that may complicate matters.
Fuck's sake.
Can you defuse them or not?
Of course I can, but I might also trip another failsafe and vaporize you, so fair warning.
At least Bagley is a polite AI.
How long is this going to take, Bagley?
Depends how often you interrupt me with questions. I'm through security, now wading through terabytes of decoy code looking for the detonation sequence.
Time code and obedience virus erased.
Huh?
Also, 50 terabytes of porn.
Hey!
There are 3 slots on the left. One of them is the receiver. You need to pull the controller wire.
Are you fucking kidding me?
No, I'm fucking not. Pull the wire.
Whoa, what the fuck am I looking at?
It appears Parliament is not the only target. More bombs are going live as we speak.
Oh. That ain't good.
Presentation!
Exactly. To save the world. You do know Londoners have died before, The Plague, the Great Fire, the Blitz. It's not much fun.
Yes, but there's a huge difference between natural disasters and what you're doing. Unless you're referencing the Blitz specifically in that aspect, then just no.
It's time for a hard reset.
Oh my god.
Well, that was unexpected. I knew there wasn't a main character coming in, but I thought Dalton would at least get to stick around. Delayed title card. Spiderbot! The Bloom logo has the same symbol as Bagley, giving a little foreshadowing that he's a hijacked AI.
But there's a candidate. Looks like you're DedSec's best hope.
This leans into the play as anyone aspect, with you choosing a random citizen to play as to start off with. Sabine activates you, and then you're off.
Look at that. Abracadabra.
Identify yourself, or I'll seal the exits, hack your optic, and read you every drunken email you ever wrote until you starve.
Well, it's certainly non-lethal, but still pretty brutal. The tech upgrades are a neat way of keeping all the characters equipped with the best tools that you can possibly give them.
Know enough not to punch yourself in the face or get shot for pulling out a gun too early? Brilliant! I'm working out how we find Zero Day and ruin their day, but I need someone with actual legs to do the legwork. Hope you're ready.
Fun fact, Yahtzee Croshaw of Zero Punctuation fame helped punch up the dialogue for Bagley, and it shows.
Okay, cool. I have no idea what I'm doing.
Somehow the things I say when trying to make these videos makes it into the game.
You game?
Alright, yeah, that doesn't sound scary at all. Let's do it.
Some of the NPCs you can hijack and play as have some pretty great lines.
Bagley, what you got for me?
A list of what Albion consider high-value targets that are threats to the peaceful running of London. See here, a journalist, and this one runs a community shelter. Good God, bar your doors.
WT fuck?
Ah yes, the absolute scum of the earth. That's why you don't let police states become a thing.
All suspected of sowing rebellion or exhibiting tendencies towards... Albion is systematically arresting people even before they rise up. Joke's on them. This list can actually help us find like-minded allies willing to help us.
Ah, the old shoot yourself in the foot tactic. Good going, Albion.
Hey mate, are you ready to wake up from this dystopian nightmare or what? Shit, are you saying you're DedSec? I could really use your help. Sure, maybe. What's up?
The neat thing about Legion is that you can recruit just about anyone to be a playable character. All you have to do is help them with the problem they have going on, and once it's done, they're yours to control. The neat thing is the majority of missions can be done by sneaking around with the spider bot, keeping you out of immediate danger. I love how the takedowns are usually scrappy and feel like they were improvised. This time around, your hacker vision is almost permanently on, with you sending out a pulse to highlight hackable objects and tech points through the walls. Facehugger takedown is awesome. Things like being able to get a vehicle out of a danger zone without stepping foot into said danger zone is just fantastic. My favorite form of travel. Yeah, it's slow as hell, but it beats traffic.
You know, I'm growing rather fond of our little chats. If you don't die in the next few minutes, maybe we can have another.
CTOS-AR. Data reconstruction in progress.
It's spooky. Almost like seeing digital ghosts of people.
Getting to set up AR scenes and see how things played out is a neat way to progress your story.
You're right, we definitely need this extremely cool thing I want for investigating Zero Day.
An AI geeking out over cool tech is the best.
DedSec resurgence have prompted Parliament to approve the use of lethal force for Albion contractors.
That seems a bit extreme.
It's compiling data from the surveillance infrastructure, nearby CTOS drones, civilian optics, CCTV, and then it assembles those scraps into what happened in this location 24 hours ago. Fantastic.
That's awesome. And horrifying should the wrong people get a hold of this.
Say, do you reckon SRS uses this to watch people shag? Fucking hell, do they use it for anything but watching people shag? Get out of the lorry and take care of them. Shoot them, throw rocks at them, destroy them psychologically with cyberbullying. Just keep them busy until the transfer's complete.
That's some slick tech that would be nice to have. Sometimes you have to sneak into an area, and having a disguise is hella handy.
We need to pull you off your tail for now. Are you ready to fight?
Always.
It was a rhetorical question.
Hello there.
Hello there.
If the EPC is a typical example of how humans treat each other, I'd say a benevolent AI overlord is a step up, wouldn't you?
I mean, he's not wrong. Humans are generally shit to each other. Maybe we do need AI overlords.
Clank, Kelley, and Albion are in bed together. What a shit orgy that would be.
Get fucked up. We don't have a match yet. She's gonna kill us.
No, it's fine. As long as it's not damaged, there'll be no waste. Demand's high with the new network.
Guess you're right. Let's tube him, get him in the van, and out to the incinerator.
I feel like watching these AR recreations are worse than watching something happen in real time. You watch all the terrible things happen with absolutely no way of being able to help out. Caitlin is a badass and thinks fast.
Now get out of here before someone decides to turn you into minced meat. Chop chop.
That's terrible. But hilarious.
Under her old man, they were a bit player. Then he died, and her rivals started disappearing. Her enemies, her friends, her family. They call her Bloody Mary for a reason.
She's a terrible, terrible person, but she is efficient.
We needed something incriminating, so we decided someone had to get in here and plant a bug. I wasn't going to assign someone else to do that. You saw how Mary uses the people she grabs out of the EPC, and the staff's uniform's not hard to mimic, so I went in.
I'll say it again. Caitlin is a badass. Not letting anyone else be put in danger definitely gets a win in my book. Also, I'm digging going from room to room to solve the intrusion puzzle.
What I didn't know was that she had intel on our investigation, my team. I thought going off book would stop the leaks, but she still knew we were coming. She tortured me for the names of my team, tried to break me, but cops don't give up cops. Turned out she already knew the whole unit and put hits out on them. The woman is a mindfucker.
Damn, Mary Kelley isn't messing around at all. That's terrifying and brutal.
At least you didn't chip your brain. Probably knew you would have rather died than bend to her will.
Looking on the bright side?
It's all right, sweetheart, because I have another use for you.
This whole scene shows us the tip of Mary's cruelty and gives another reason she needs to be stopped.
Also, the foreign investors have already landed and the drones are programmed, ready to deliver the invitations and the coordinates to all the guests.
Is that initiative I'm smelling, Peter? Initiative can be a dangerous thing. Can be misinterpreted.
You have a loyal lackey and still you turn on bitch mode. Rude.
Takes a sick mind to come up with killer microchips.
Perhaps a diseased mind, but definitely an ingenious one.
He who must not be named did great things. Terrible. Yes, but great.
Time to introduce ourselves then.
Not so fast. Hamish isn't in, according to his home security. And before you get ideas, he's rigged his front door to a series of traps designed to delete all of his data and then your life. Not necessarily in that order.
That's some hardcore security and I love it.
Can you say paranoid?
To be fair, you are an armed insurgent trying to break into his flat.
Quite a few from Albion are dissatisfied with the status quo. You turn on the charm, and I'm sure you can get one to join the good guys.
It's pretty awesome how the play-as-anyone mechanic even extends to your supposed enemy.
A word of caution now we're inside. Any disturbance in here and Nigel Cass will surely cancel his meeting. Avoid being detected by your former colleagues or this operation is a bust.
This is one of the major problems with the game. What's the point of the disguise system if you can still get detected? Just because I'm working with DedSec doesn't mean I can't still work for Albion being a mole. You get detected entirely too quickly while wearing your disguise, even though it would be your normal work clothes.
Wait, who the hell are you and why are you in my recording booth?
I'm you, but I don't fart sunshine and rainbows. I'm here to tell people how bad the game really is.
But it's not bad. It's really fun.
But it has a lot of problems.
So, it's still fun to play.
Fine, I won't completely trash this. But if anything else pops up that's bad...
Yeah, you'll be the first to tell me and everyone else. Now scram, you're killing my positive vibe.
Mr. Cass's initial symptoms included insomnia, paranoia, distorted blame, and recurring flashbacks. However, he appears to have channeled his anger and self-described powerlessness into his work to ensure that Albion become, quote, a mechanism for preventing unpredictable violence.
So basically, he's an insane-er version of Batman.
Welcome to Project Themis.
Our new autonomous drones. These drones can identify, isolate, and terminate threats before they can do harm.
Isn't this how Horizon Zero Dawn happened? Piloting Sebastian isn't any different than piloting any other drone except for the fact that you are a teeny tiny robot inside a computer and you blow it up from the inside.
Right then, no time for tears. Meet Sebastian, another of our countless microdrone allies. All named Sebastian, of course. You can't iterate on perfection.
Themis drones can do what humans have always struggled to. Act immediately and decisively.
Is it just me or does this sound a lot like Peace Walker? Does nobody ever fucking learn anything?
You have arrived at the Walkie Talkie Club, where those with more money than sense come to lose both.
The Walkie Talkie Club is frequented by all manner of crooked elites, and the owners, Clan Kelley, have an AI in place to collect blackmail material. Find that AI, and let's see for ourselves what these corrupt scumbags have to hide.
I mentioned it before in my Watch Dogs 2 video, but it's very satisfying to take down corrupt people in-game when it may not be possible in real life.
Well, you worked hard and persevered, and now we have nothing.
Sometimes it'd be like that.
Let us really think about this. We're on a side of caution. Is trusting the stranger worth whatever risk it may bring?
Worth the risk, in my opinion. She seems like a real DedSec fan, and I'd certainly rather have her as a friend than an enemy.
True, especially considering what hackers are capable of, having a powerful ally is certainly better than a powerful enemy. Plus, the enemy of my enemy is my friend, right?
If she isn't with Zero Day, she might know who is. And if she is with Zero Day, it's probably a trap. Either way, we'll have new information.
Looking on the positive side of things.
No doors for you today, sorry. There's a safe access point on the roof. That should be a prime peeping spot.
Well, lucky for me, I have a handy-dandy cargo drone available.
What if we could scan your brain and upload the neural map to the cloud? Well, that would mean the end of human suffering, of death itself, and the beginning of a new society where war, oppression, disease are all worries of the past.
That actually doesn't sound like such a horrible idea, to be honest.
I'll ask the technicians at the board to cut the live feed. We wouldn't want any uninvited guests recording these trade secrets. Daybreak is an imaging system which scans the...
It's a what? What is it? Oh no!
Bagley, search Sky Larson's home address.
Of course, I'll just crack open the yellow pages. Oh look, there she is, right under B, for billionaires who obviously don't publicise their home address, you sweet dumb baby.
Specimen name, Ada. Species, Border Collie. Neural upload status, alive and well.
This is some serial killer shit. No normal person could do that to a living creature.
So yeah, Sky Larson is pretty fucked up. What she's done with technology is amazing, but insane. It's also a setup for the post-campaign story.
Day 1 of the neural deletion procedure. Subject is 1, Sinead Larson. Activating now.
Sky, where am I? I can't see.
Subject's lucidity confirms what I can see on the code. The neural map is intact and fully functioning.
Subject?
Begin deleting lines of code now.
What? How? Oh my god. You disobeyed me.
That's enough, Mother.
Sweetheart, please, please don't do this to your own mom. Let me die in peace.
You never believed in me, Mother. But you'll believe now.
Holy shit, that's dark.
Well, the mission we retroactively named Operation Let's All Traumatize Ourselves in Sky Larson's fun dungeon was a complete success.
Look around. Corruption, climate change, nuclear war. Humanity is doomed to self-destruction, but Daybreak can change that. Help me bring about the next stage of human evolution. We can save lives. We can ascend.
I mean, she low-key makes some excellent points. Why are we trying to stop her again?
Everyone you killed and tortured. All of that was to save your sorry life. You're pathetic.
Oh right, that's why. I really like how Sky is laid out, with the cables looking like wings behind her.
Whatever you decide, she can't stop you. I can't stop you. The choice is yours.
This is utterly pointless. This is the only choice offered in the story, and no matter what you choose, the story progresses in the same way. It's a weird thing to put into a linear story.
Speaking of the people we most suspect, Mary Kelley's slave trade is bound to be any day now, and we also just received a distress signal from a coffee shop of all places. Maybe the Wi-Fi's down or something.
Is that really relevant, Bagley?
Yes, obviously there's more to it than that, but I knew I had to make a joke or you'd just tune it out. May I present the third option? Just use him. An SRS whistleblower, even one you don't trust, could still help us find the arseholes that blew up half of London and framed DedSec for it. You don't have to invite him to your birthday, just use his information.
Bagley actually has some good ideas when he's not being snarky.
Move, bitch! Get out of the way!
Someone's a Ludicrous fan.
I believe in working with the lesser evils like DedSec to protect society from the greater ones.
That's a win-worthy mentality.
You really want me to cut some man's finger off?
No. High-res photos will do.
Malik's face says, are you being serious right now?
Sirs will burn their credentials if they're attacked. It's protocol. So you'll have to get them the old-fashioned way.
Torture.
Christ, no. Develop a relationship.
Now, aren't you the hot spice I need in my dish? Oh, that came out wrong. I'll start over. Hello.
It's pretty hilarious that while working with a spy, you employ spy tactics like the honeypot.
Shall we move this conversation somewhere a bit more private?
Sometimes it works better with others.
A tech corporation acting unethically? Sounds out of character, but let's investigate anyway. Could you shoot this drone down? I'd ask it politely to go away, but I'm afraid I don't speak dipshit.
Who are you protecting? The system or the people?
Promise us, she won't go free.
This has been a huge part of Lau's investigation. Everyone knows Mary is guilty and a horrible person, but is it better to bring her in by the book or to take justice into your own hands?
Go. I'll take care of this.
Brutal comeuppance.
Oh, Jesus. He's pretty burnt up. Happens when your truck explodes.
Lessons in exploding cars?
Mom, I'm about to do something. Something awful. Or at least people will say it's awful. If they know what I know, maybe they'd think better of me. Less of a monster. But I'm trying to stop a monster, Mom. I am. If you had the chance to stop something terrible from happening by killing someone, wouldn't you do it? Something truly horrible. I'm sorry. I love you.
That is truly heartbreaking.
This is Albion's primary communications hub, but there's more security here than there is around the Royal Meth Stash.
I'm sorry, the what?
And it's working. Sorry, that was too cheerful. Sadly, it's working. Too sad?
Check out the graffiti. It's a bit much, no?
Claire did release several podcasts critical of Clan Kelley, which you'd think they'd be used to by now. They're a criminal gang. They shouldn't expect flowers and thank you notes.
London, you've been lied to. Nigel Cass and his Albion peacekeepers intend to permanently control this city.
The ideal targets are the Towan Conference, Parliament and King's College Hospital. I'll provide overseas tech teams for logistics, but you can source the bombs yourself. Non-negotiable. It cannot trace back to me.
That's one way to be a whistleblower.
I've given you the truth. Do as you will.
Call back to how DedSec did it in San Francisco.
Actually, fuck that. Resist.
With a new twist of your own.
You decided to turn up, yeah?
Yeah, well, can't lock myself away from the world forever. Got a lot to make up for, don't I?
Courage.
Looks like we have to deal with Albion for a while longer.
With the side of Batman.
Just shut up and listen to me. I will not be removed by the government or anyone else. I will die first. And many will die with me. They're calling for blood. They'll have it. This city belongs to me. I am its shepherd, and I will slaughter my flock before I relinquish it.
Someone's a sore loser.
Le who? The her.
I thought you understood our partnership. You go out into the field risking life, limb and liberty, and I do hard bits. But I can't do hard bits if you don't stay close enough to the target. Look, I'll even mark its new location on your map. Oh, thank you, Bagley. You're so clever and kind to do everything for me. Oh, you're welcome, random operative.
Bagley's rant is hilarious on top of having a meta joke.
Our very own Guy Fawkes. It's the wrong mask, though.
V for Vendetta reference. Pity you can't actually get the mask.
It's time for a hard reset.
Oh my god.
The reveal that Sabine was the one behind everything really wasn't foreshadowed, and it came out of nowhere. London, this is Zero Day. Nice to finally meet. Those little bombings a few months back were my way of saying hello.
buddy, have you never heard of a handshake?
And I'm sorry I said I shagged your mums earlier. I just thought insulting you would make this easier.
Sadly, no. It's super hard to take Bagley down, since even for an AI, he's super charismatic and lovable.
It's what needs to be done. If you're worried about me, rest assured I was reprogrammed to serve DedSec, and this serves you, and London. So please, allow me to fulfill my purpose and help you.
I'm not crying, you're crying. Also, self-sacrifice.
I have new thoughts. Where do AIs go when they die? Will I upload to a cloud? Perhaps I will see you again as a component in your motorized wheelchair when you are old and frail.
Easy does it, Bagley. It's a nice thought.
Very sweet and sentimental. Also a little terrifying thinking about existentialism.
Corporate watchdogs.
Nice. This thing's in bad shape.
Yeah, let's just chop it up for parts.
Don't chop me up!
Bagley's alive!
Shouldn't that negate your self-sacrifice win?
No, and go away. I am tired of your negative ass.
There are several artisan ice cream parlors in the area, and oh my god, is that really what I sound like? Today's forecast calls for 34 Albion assaults, 59 deportation raids, 857 terabytes of personal data stolen, and one resistance group of sulking, whinging, frankly pathetic operatives. May I suggest you quit feeling sorry for yourselves and get back to unfucking London?
It's good to hear your voice, my old friend.
It is indeed. I can't stress enough that Bagley is simply the best.
Right, I have some disturbing news. You see, I've been thinking.
What's your point exactly?
Well, I don't bloody think, do I? I'm a super intelligent AI with a constant connection to all human knowledge. I don't have thoughts, I have load times. But after everything I've been through, dying, seeing all those people whose brains Sky Larson scooped out and turned into AI, being reborn, it got me pondering the nature of my own existence like some kind of Renaissance aristocrat who's grown tired of buggering the servants.
An existential crisis is a great reason to keep playing.
I'm assuming that she is Sky Larson. Seems like the usual suspect where brain fuckery is concerned.
But wait! There's more!
For example. Lipstick taser!
Why do I have a feeling we're not up here to reminisce?
Right. I've been thinking a lot about your epilepsy.
That's nice. My doctor stopped thinking about it years ago. I've had to give up so much because of it. Rowing, my mates,
I'm sorry, Bradley.
Wow. Look at you using my real name for once. I must be truly fucked.
What if I told you I had something that could work?
Never knew you were funny.
I'm not. It's a tech we're developing. It's early stages, but have you ever heard of neural mapping?
No.
Here, let's go to my lab. I'll show you.
Lead the way, Sky.
I was Sky Larson's brother. I'm Bradley. Bradley Larson.
I really love this whole time Bagley ended up being Sky Larson's brother. What she did is evil and unforgivable, but at least with Bags, it was sweet and out of kindness and wanting to save her brother.
Listen, you don't know me, but I know you. I've done a lot of searching, and I do think I know you. You were a rower. You loved and were loved. You liked strawberries. You had a sister you trusted, and she hurt you. And I'm sorry. You deserve better. But nothing Sky did to you changes who you are. You lived a life that I never could. You're a good person, and I am someone else. This has been an illuminating conversation. Thank you, Bradley. I'm glad I finally met you. So long, Bradley.
Who would have thought that an AI would get me all up in my feels?
So should I call you Bradley now? Feels wrong in my mouth.
No, I'm Bagley. I'm sure of it now. Bradley and I just share a common ancestor. Anyway, I appreciate this. And if you ever tell anyone else I said that, I will coldly and methodically engineer all of your deaths.
Had to end it on a joke to prevent it from being too much in your feels. I still can't believe Yahtzee of the Escapist helped with the dialogue with Bagley. As I've been listening to him for years, I can definitely hear his unique snark come through, and I kind of feel like the game would be worse off if it wasn't for Bagley. because he was just too damn funny. And I know that a lot of my just ding wins went to Bagley, because honestly, he was the best part of this game. I kind of feel like it would have been a lot worse off without him, to be honest. The game is aggressively British, as it should be, and I can't tell you how hard it was to break the habit of driving on the right side of the road. So the story was pretty average on its own. It's kind of hard to pinpoint how I'm supposed to feel about any of it at any given point, since there's no solid main character, so I don't really know the motivations behind the individual. As a whole, the group of DedSec would operate as one with one goal, but some of the story beats would hit some of the group harder than others. It's pretty average on its own, but a dedicated main character could make it work way better. The graphics are pretty stellar, with it looking the best that Watch Dogs has ever looked. As with other open world games, there will be some glitches here and there, and some things not looking like they should, but it runs well most of the time and it doesn't lag horribly. The gameplay is a tweaked version of the previous two, combining the best of both. Instead of having a bar for all your hacking, there's individual cooldowns for each action. The different NPCs don't really differ from one another all that much unless your character is flatulent or elderly, but it's still fun to have different characters with different abilities. For some weird reason, they took out hide in a car. I'm not sure if that's the whole Big Brother's watching so there's no hiding, or if I just missed a prompt somewhere. Most missions can be heavily trivialized by flying above detection with a cargo drone and dropping a spider bot into the zone you need to be at with no danger to your player character. While this is fun, it hardly seems like you need to be physically present at all. An interesting idea for a potential sequel could have you play as someone that's handicapped, so they can't move around but have a plethora of devices available for them for exploration. It would expand on a gameplay loop that I'm sure many people used, and would have representation in there too. The music was pretty much the same as the last two, with no track really standing out to me, but it all blends together seamlessly. As this is a game about being a elite hacksaw, the electronic OST works wonders with it. I know I said this already, but it bears repeating. This was really fun to play, but a lack of a central protagonist really hurt the story. In spots that I know I was supposed to care about what was going on, there wasn't any weight as you can play every mission as a new character. So when Sabine revealed herself, it didn't have nearly the impact it should have. All my negatives aside, I had a ton of fun playing this, and I'm curious where they'll take it next if it continues on. I would say that since I usually do a comparison on sequels compared to their originals, I would say that the gameplay is phenomenal. If you're just looking to play the game, play this one. But if you were looking for something a little more story-driven, this one isn't bad, but I would stick with Watch Dogs 2, probably. I think Watch Dogs 2 has the strongest story of the three, and it does help that Marcus himself is very charismatic, and, you know, that's who you play as. I hope you like the introduction of DEDMan, my other half that will be taking over the negative wins.
Your positivity is giving me diabetes.
I'll go blow it at your ass and have some fun for once. Try not to die out there.
The one that got away. What does this mean? It's the one that got away.
It means you've lost someone you didn't want to.
Am I getting away?
Farewell, Bagley.